Good morning and welcome. We'd like to get started in a timely fashion because we have a lot of work ahead of us today. My name is Colette Rahani. I'm the Director of the Nutrition Guidance and Analysis Division at the Center for Nutrition Policy and Promotion at USDA. I am also one of the co-executive secretaries to the 2015 Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee. It's my pleasure this morning to be here to open up this session of the second day of the second Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee meeting. I'd also like to welcome all the committee members here at the table with us today, as well as Mr. Kevin Kincannon, our Undersecretary for USDA's Food and Nutrition Consumer Services, who has joined us in front of me here. Welcome, Kevin.
Eighth presenter is Mona Sigal with Nourish Health with Food for Life.
I'm a board-certified emergency physician in medicine for almost 30 years. In 2012, the USDA celebrated its 150th anniversary. In his final annual message to Congress in 1864, President Lincoln called the USDA the People's Department. So let us ask, is the USDA really the People's Department? In 2009, Domino's Pizza's domestic sales slumped. And so it teamed up with a company named Dietary Management, which proceeded to devise and pay for a $12 million marketing campaign featuring pizzas with 40% more cheese. The campaign was a soaring success. Dietary Management is a marketing creation of the USDA with an annual budget approaching $140 million, financed by the dairy industry and the Agriculture Department. Dietary Management spent millions on research to support a 4-year national advertising campaign promoting the notion that people could lose weight by consuming more dairy products, even though other independent research found no such weight loss benefits. Americans are now eating an average of 35 pounds of cheese a year, nearly triple the 1970 rate. Cheese has become the largest source of saturated fat in the American diet. Dairy lobbying groups have billions of dollars at their disposal and are being aided and abetted by the USDA, convincing the population and nutrition professionals for years that dairy is an essential part of a healthy diet and the only reliable source of dietary calcium. But the fact is that dairy is the highest source of saturated fat and a significant source of naturally occurring hormones which are detrimental to human health and a source of effective agents which are not destroyed by pasteurization and bacteria and blood and pus cells whose numbers are defined by the so-called somatic cell count, regulated courtesy of the USDA. Dairy consumption has been linked to certain cancers like prostate and testicular cancer in men, and possibly ovarian and breast cancer in women, and increased incidence of childhood diabetes type 1. So why is the USDA in bed with the dairy lobbying groups? Because it's its job. What are we going to do about it in order to protect the public from it? One possibility might be to move dietary guidance into a more independent federal agency, like the NIH or CDC, for example. Another way might be to recognize the ways in which corporate lobbyists corrupt our food system and do something about election campaign laws. One thing is for sure, we must have change now. I left my work back home and paid my own way to Washington in order to stand before you today and make my voice heard, because I believe that I owe it to the patients I swore to take care of and protect. Thank you.
Our 29th presenter is Jill Nichols with the National Dairy Council.